Camden Associates has won the prestigious ACQ 2013 award as UK Niche Corporate Finance Advisory of the Year in mining, receiving 14% of the nominations in this category. Jean-Claude Gonneau, hello.
Hello, again.
You are the founder and managing director of Camden Associates. How do you feel about receiving this prestigious award?
We obviously feel delighted. Having ACQ recognizing Camden Associates as the UK Niche Corporate Finance Advisory Firm of the Year 2013 is a great honor for us. Essentially, it comes on top of this at the right time. As you know, our mission statement is to be a leading provider of impartial advice to businesses in the mining community. So it's extremely timely. The second thing is that the timing of it as well coincides with a difficult patch in the mining sector. Worldwide, the last 6 months have been difficult. A lot of capital is staying on the sideline, which means that firms, small and large, are having to reconsider their expansion projects, are having to freeze some projects. So to some extent, it validates our approach, which is to assess the market conditions the way they are and not the way people would like them to be.
Would you care to tell us a few words about Camden Associates?
Yes, certainly. Camden Associates was set up in 2006, not as a result of a bright idea, but as a result of the recognition that the market has got a bias towards large companies. And the problem about this is when you're a smaller company, you end up having transactions which simply do not happen. So most of the time they do not happen for two reasons. The first one is or tends to be lack of timely advice, and the second one tends to be unrealistic expectations. So it is our role to guide managements through complex processes. It is our role as well to sometimes highlight hidden issues that need to be addressed. As finally, our role is to permit management to keep on managing the firm or their firm as the transaction which is essential for the future gets done.
What is so special or unique about your firm's advisory activity?
I would say considerate advisory.
What do you mean by that?
It means that when a client comes to us, he's got an idea of what he wants to achieve or he's got a dream of what he wants to achieve. It is our role to guide him and to help him assess whether his project is achievable or not. So in order for this to happen, we need to speak the truth. We need to tell him exactly what we feel. At the end of the day, what we're doing is not rocket science. It's just about knowledge. Knowledge about the market, knowledge of the financing industry, knowledge of investor psyche. I would say that that's basically it.
Would you care to give us some examples?
Yes, I'll give you examples of transactions that might not have existed. We do a lot of work in Africa. When you see people who want to work in Africa, a lot of them tend to underestimate the practical difficulties of doing business there. Everything's there for firms to do business, but a number of things are different. So here is this Canadian company which came to us with a nice potash project they wanted to finance. And we realized very quickly that we had to get involved in the preparation of the deal, which means we had to, in fact, get in touch with the local authorities of the country just to make sure that the license was getting signed, just to make sure that the local subsidiaries were created before we could contemplate the financing. Had we not done that, this deal wouldn't have happened. I could give you a second example, possibly. It's another Canadian company, but it's a gold company this time. And this company was incurring cost overruns at the mine under a lot of pressure from the lenders. So they wanted to loosen the pressure from the lenders. So they came to us with a refinancing proposal. And basically, after due consideration, we had to tell them, we do not think we can help you raise this money unless you would engage into substantial restructuring, notably of your management team. So restructuring is okay, but management team is a far more delicate story. And in fact, they had to do that to attract the finance they needed. And possibly the third one is more plain vanilla story. It's an Australian company that wanted to raise money in Europe. Part of the money they needed for a very large brown coal deposit, multi-billion ton story, near Sydney. And in fact, we had to explain to them that Europe was not what they felt in terms of sources of capital. And we had to identify the very few players existing in Europe, mostly family offices in continental Europe, who could participate in the project. These are the kinds of things we do. I hope this gives you a flavor of the diversity of advisory we do.
Jean-Claude Gonneau, founder and managing director of Camden Associates, thank you very much.
Thank you, Adrian.